Hey guys, it's Shane here at Tank Miniatures, and today we're going through my tournament results using the Genestealer Cults, the Outlander Claw detachment. As you can see, we have all the vehicles, every one the Genestealers have. So we got the Ridge Runners, the Rock Grinders, and the Simple Truck. These were really fun, because of course, you know, it's a tank army, you're playing vehicles, but these are so different to everything else because it's a pure hybrid army where you want to be shooting, moving fast, and you want to be getting into combat as well, much like the Orcs. But these guys seem to do it better, which was really surprising seeing how we went with Orcs last time. So we've got characters. We've just got the Magus. He's the Warlord. He just sits in the back. The plan for him was if I got too low and I needed to, on points that was, and I needed a secret mission, I could have him teleport away and then come onto the backfield, grab the objective. It didn't actually come up, but that was sort of the plan. The other thing I did differently than I normally do is the whole time I never picked the tactical objectives. I went fixed. So we went with secure, the one where you had to have one unit on each corner of the playing field and behind enemy lines, be in the enemy deployment zone. And I figured because you have so many strats and abilities to just sort of redeploy everywhere, I could, take things off, put them in the back. But I mean, they're already so fast because the Ridge Runners, they have Scout 9 and 12-inch movement. So they are so fast of just getting forward and securing pretty much the whole board. You can get massive board control with this army. And they're not the toughest, but they're not super weak either. Everything has a 3-up save. Toughness ranges 7, 9, and 10. 10 for the Rock Grinders, of course, with their shields. So they're very tanky. Nothing has like a 2-up armor save though. But the strat where you can give a 4-up invuln to the Ridge Runners, that really saved them. That came in clutch a couple of times. As for the characters, we've got 3 of the snipers. They were pretty fun. They didn't really overperform, but I guess they're not sort of supposed to. But they managed to come in kind of clutch. And the main man there is the Saboteur. He's really fun because he just sets off bombs. The grenade strat he used really well. So yeah, he's a really fun unit, just causing chaos and just being an overall terrorist. So that's cool. We like him. But yeah, let's go into the first match. So in this case, we had the normal board edge deployments there. I'm trying to remember what the actual mission was. It was pretty simple. But anyway, as you can see, we're all laid out there. I always thought that I would put stuff in Deep Strike for this army, but I never really needed to. Everything was sort of better on the board. Yeah, maybe it was a larger scale game. It might be better to leave things in reinforcements, because these guys have a lot of fun abilities like that. But anyway, so we got against Dark Eldar here. He had some Raiders, some Succubi. He had the Court of the Archon with an Archon just on the left there. Pretty scary guys. We managed to get first turn though. And in first turn, we managed to deal some damage. There was a Raider to the top left behind that building. The Ridge Runners managed to come up, laser him down. We got another Raider down, which is why all those guys are now on the feet on the top right. And just get an early secure, because you can see that. I was able to then get all corners. First turn, that bang, 4 points straight up for engage on all fronts. So it's a very easy one to go fixed objectives here, because you can pretty reliably get a lot of them, and I'm so close to his deployment zone as well. This gives me a pretty early lead. However, he comes back. As you can see, those 2 Ridge Runners are gone, and the one in the middle has taken some damage. So, you know, it's like chess. You put your pawns up, and they get taken, and then you can use your bishops and whatnot to then take them. I don't play chess, but I've seen it played. So yeah, they managed to get Lilith there on the right. She's taken that objective, and they got the Archon and his whole brood there. swarming down. I think, alright, now I can bring in the rock grinders, which have been, pretty reserved at this minute, just hiding out. So the rock grinders come in, clear out everything. The saboteur as well was down the bottom. He fell out of that truck that was also shot off. He managed to grenade them as well, dealing some great damage. We got the whole court down to just the Archon and a lady with some swords. I forget her name. But as you can see, we managed to clear out most of it and secure the objective there. And yeah, I think... Oh yeah, the Darklance guys, they were dealing damage to me as well, as they do. Oh, I hate them. Yeah, as you can see, we've pretty much still got board control back now. Next turn, we pretty much abandon the right-hand side because, that's getting too dicey. That's a pretty big shooting range, so let's just avoid that one. The Raider managed to take out one of the Ridge Runners, so now his second is just hiding there. The Archon and the lady, because they got AP3 on their weapons. It was like, oh, okay. And being empowered, they had reroll wounds and all that. And it's like, alright, even though you're not anti-tank, you're ripping through these tanks pretty easy. So, it's not good to stay in combat there. He brings down the Venoms on the bottom right to, I think he was doing sabotage. And getting in my zone there. And I couldn't have that. So, we pull everything back. We get rid of those Venoms. I managed to pull the truck out of combat and drive him straight into the deployment zone, thus getting me some more points for that. And the Ridge Runner there is getting into the top right corner, so that's giving me points for that. So we are scoring so many points on secondaries. So yeah, this, however, was the end of turn 3. And we ran out of time. We both had very fiddly armies that had a lot of stuff to do, so we both equally spent more time than maybe we should have. So, but it was a good game. Definitely, we really hurt each other. But it came down to, who was able to get their, points. And in this army here, it's working smarter, not harder. Yeah, so this was a good game. This was a good test for them. Second game, we're up against Dark Angels. Where's the lion? Oh, the lion's around somewhere. Don't remember where he is on this board. But we got Ezekiel there. He's got a whole squad of Hellblasters and a Apothecary there. That's a big blob. He's got the Gladiator there. And he's got some scouts on the left there. So this is before the game started. So he managed to get first turn. This was Terraform as well on all these points. Now, as you can see, though, it's there's a lot of areas for me to go. This is a very open, very wide, and he's basically got a few units that are the center of the army. Like, that's where the point sort of was, because he has the lion, he's got a gladiator. Oh, I see, the lion's behind the gladiator. That makes sense. He's almost just as tall. And those Hellblasters with the characters. That's very expensive blob. So it's a bit of a risky build when we're doing only 1,500 points. And everything's sort of set in like these smaller units. But that can be very effective if you can just use them to just roll through. So he gets first turn. I scouted up the Ridge Runners on the bottom there. Just up the front. They managed to get taken out by the Hellblasters and everything. They charged in, finished them off after they shot them. I think a Gladiator did some damage to the Rock Grinder, but I managed some pretty clutch saves and just got him to live. That was very lucky. And of course, Lion is scouting around the back. He wants to get behind me, as you can see there. So yeah, pretty good sort of start from the Dark Angels. You know, they come straight in, grabbing that objective, dealing some damage to me. But then, of course, my turn. We pull everything in, and we manage to get rid of that big blob. The goal there was pretty much we focused everything into the Hellblasters. Now, they did fire back and deal some damage. So now the truck and we're missing a ridge runner as well. But it was worth it. The snipers did a great job of taking out the apothecary fast and dealing some damage to Azrael, just so he couldn't bring anyone back and all that. So we're able to sort of cripple that unit and take out the important heroes that were sort of supporting it before we finished it off. So yeah, we managed to get rid of all the Hellblasters there, so that was good, and we managed to charge the truck in just to those intercessors, just to sort of push them back, and now I'm further up the board where I need to be. As you can see, some of the rock grinders are just in reserve a bit. Yeah. Oh, the other thing is the crossfire ability. That is insanely good, especially here, because we were able to get the Hellblaster squads, from a 3 up to a 4 up. And against a lot of stuff like the Flamers had, AP1. They had a 4 up invuln because of Azrael, but still, they were always on that 4 up, which really helped taking them out. So that's the other great thing about this army. Everything helps other parts of the army. It's all it all syncs up with itself really well. Next turn, the Lions come down. He's taken out that rock grinder. We have basically no save against that. It's whatever. We just sort of have to ignore him. Yeah, he charged it. We charged in, I think, the rock. The truck there. Or was the truck there before? Yeah, the truck was there before on 3 wounds. The assault guys come in, deal some mortal wounds, but weren't able to actually finish him off. And that's the other great thing about this detachment. Because when I first looked at it, it was like, oh, all I get is an extra OC on all my vehicles. I'm like, that's a bit, not much. But it comes in so clutch at times like this, because a lot of the times, yeah, I was winning objectives by like just 1. It's crazy. As you can see, he also dropped in a drop pod with no one in it, just to secure that position. I thought, well, that's kind of fun, just to quick drop pod in. But luckily, we were still sort of supporting our own backfield, so he just did that to secure that. So that was alright. I think that's a bit of a fun strat you can do. Let's see. Then we went up. Yep, rock grind up the top left. Managed to get rid of those scouts, secure that objective there. Looks like the truck managed to... Yeah, it looks like he did end up dying. The sniper managed to jump out. He's just getting protected there. He's just getting cover from the other sniper just there. The rock grinder came in. He dealt some mortal wounds and got in there and sort of finished off those assault marines in the center there. And we managed to clean up the intercessor guys that were on the right there, and we managed to get rid of the drop pod. And come in and try and get that objective. So as you can see, there's not much left for the Dark Angels. And yes, we've taken a huge beating. We've only got 3 of the Ridge Runners left. We've lost some trucks. It's not that we're doing well and not taking damage. Because you will lose a lot of it. But that's the thing about Gene Stealers and, Tyranids. Everything's supposed to be expendable. This is a force we've just sent ragtag stuff in and just improvised weaponry. And, stuff doesn't matter so much because we got replacements coming in. Next turn, Lion comes back down. I think he wanted to charge, but he couldn't. And the guys up the top there, the Phobos guys did some shots in. Don't think they were able to do much. And then, next turn we come in with the rock grinder. He clears off the guys up the top, grabs that objective, and now I've got the Lion out in the open. Was this the last one? Oh yeah, then the Lion comes down in, charges that, but at this point it doesn't really matter too much because we're in the deployment zone. We're in... we get rid of that sniper. So at the end of this, the Lion's all alone, and we have, secured every other objective. and he's just left there by himself. And the Lion, of course, is a very powerful Primarch, but he is just one man, and one man cannot secure a battlefield just by himself, Primarch though he may be. So the whole goal of this one was just completely ignore the Lion, because the Lion is going to, you know, come in, he's going to charge, there's nothing we can do about him. So the best thing we can do is just outspeed him, outmaneuver him, and yeah, forget he exists, because he can only hold one objective point, and that's what matters in the end. It's just about holding the zones. He can only hold one zone. Well, there's plenty of others that I can have that mean more to me. So yeah, a bit of a, I don't know if this was a bad matchup. It was just it's just, yeah, when you need a whole army to secure a battlefield, and you've just got these elite units in, so yeah, it just got a bit outplayed. As for the last game, this was the hardest one. This is going up against the Librarius Conclave, the new one. I said in the review of that, this is going to be a really powerful detachment, because there are so many librarians you can bring for Space Marines. So this isn't going to be like you have one or two like really powerful units. You're going to be able to, you know, empower almost all your units. Like, everyone's going to be able to make use of this. So he's got some Eliminators there. The Eliminators weren't probably because they were the Bolt ones. They weren't the Las ones. Weren't the great choice here, but they did some work. It's mostly, you know, so you can get, you know, your the Phobos Librarians, you know, give them lone op so they can't be targeted. You got to come towards them. The other thing you see, he's got some Ballistis Dreads, which are pretty deadly. He's got a Terminator squad there, and he's got some veterans in the Impulses. So I'm pretty sure he gets first turn. Yeah, we managed to do some scouting up, you know, getting some good positions for the Ridge Runners. He managed to just come out. He took out a truck that had a sniper in. The sniper just jumps out, grabs on top of the building. So he's okay, but the truck's gone. And he took out a Ridge Runner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I gave him the 4-up invuln there, and he managed to deflect most of the damage that came in from the dreads and kept himself alive. So yeah, we managed to withstand the first sort of wave of firepower and mortal wounds, because geez, the assail strat is so it's like the whatchamacallit, the Doombolt one that Magnus does. So many mortal wounds. The game before this one, he was playing the Custodes, and yeah, he was able to wipe through them, because that's, yeah, their biggest weakness. So as you can see, he's not fully up the board. This was a very precarious situation where, you know, you didn't want to put yourself way out in front first. You need your opponent to come to you. So he needed, yeah, me to come forward, which we did. We gave it a good push. We managed to get one of the Dreadnoughts down. Like I said, these Ridge Runners, they do so much damage. They're crazy good. We then took off some of the Impulsor as well. Yeah, that Impulsor's down to 4 wounds. And yeah, sort of secured. I didn't want to bring everything up too fast, so we still got the, as you can see, the Rock Grinders are still in the back. They're still hesitant to sort of push themselves up. But we managed to get on the points, you know, get a pretty good, you know, up the board, secure some points for those objectives. He then comes in, the Stern Guard, get rid of the guy there, the Ridge Runner there. I think I lost another truck. No, that truck down the bottom. I think he got shot by the Dreadnought a bit. No, it was the truck in the center, wasn't it? Yeah, the truck in the center gets blown away, and the Impulsor comes in, and they're able to take the point there. So yeah, as you can see, they're pushing back forward, not with a huge force, so it's not like it's, yeah, the end all, but he has roadblocked me in. As you can see, the Impulsor is charged in to the truck down there, stopping me from pushing forward. So that was a bit, yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, given us stopping us in a place. But anyway, we managed to get through it though, bringing everything back up the center. We managed to shoot off a lot of those stern guard. We managed to charge everything in. We got the librarian down to 1 wound, but we just couldn't quite get him down. Yeah, then the Rock Grinder came in, charged the rest of the Impulsor, and was able to rip through that. The Rock Grinder is so good at taking out other vehicles, so good. It just charges straight through, bang. And yeah, so we've secured every point now, and you know, we're at a pretty good spot. Because it doesn't look like he's got a lot left on his plate, but that is deceptive, because the Terminators are still yet to do everything. So basically, he's put out his pawns, put out his bishop, now he's got his rook coming in. So the Terminators come in, managed to do some work there. And again though, like I was saying with the objective control ability, yeah, we managed to outnumber him still. So we're still holding on to that point with the Ridge Runners there, which was really cool. Yeah, the trucks down the bottom and the other Ridge Runner down there is gone. And the Stern Guard there are taking their place, still holding that bottom objective. But we've still got a pretty good chance here, because we've still got a good board control. Oh yeah, it's at this part that I forgot to take any more pictures. Because this was straight down to the wire. He was winning most of the game. It was very close. He was usually up by like 5 points. Because he was getting most of his the objectives and such, even though I'm getting the main ones. But of course, it was only taking holds. It's max 3, and you know, holding your home objective counts. So I think that's where it really comes into play here. So the Terminators are in there. They're getting stuck in there pretty good, and it's like there's nothing I can do. It's the same thing with the last game. I have to ignore them. There's one librarian here. There's so many librarians still around. So the Rock Grinder comes down here, and he manages to burn some of them off. I think there was one left, and he charged in, finished him off. Over here, the Ridge Runners move over to the side here, get some shots off onto the Dreadnought, deal some damage, don't quite bring him down. They get him down to 6 wounds. So that was unfortunate. The Rock Grinder gets over here. He wants to get into a scrap with these guys. He doesn't quite make it though, so he just shoots off some other people. The next turn, the Ridge Runners are gone, of course. I think in the shooting phase we managed to take out one more Terminator, bring one down to 1 wound, and yeah, so he's got the center objective holding there. There was another guy that was around that was just hiding. I figured, oh yeah, he's down here. So he was just doing some handy stuff, just setting some sniper shots off. So yeah, at the end of the next turn, we're locked in here, locked in up here. He managed to shoot off the rest, just with mortal wounds bombs. He bombs these guys here, they're gone. Mortal wounds out of it. He managed to blow up this guy here. No, actually, first what happened was we charge in. After this, we managed to make the charge, get in with these guys. Finally make the charge, get him in with these guys here. So both Rock Grinders are now right in his objective zone, getting us the massive points. Having 2 units in your home zone, that's big points for us. He's still holding the center, but whatever. He managed to pull out the Librarians, which is a surprise because, yeah, Librarians, if you pull out from the Rock Grinders, it's a desperate escape test, but he managed to pass them, unfortunately, so into the Grinder it didn't go. He then uses the Ballistas to blow up this one here, blew him up, so that's that gone. He then made the mistake of charging the Dreadnought into the Rock Grinder, because this was going to be turn 5. This was his turn 5, so I had 1 more turn left. So his plan was to lock me in, so I couldn't get all the way into his objective, and basically steal the thing there. He didn't manage to do any damage to it, but it fought back, dealt exactly 6 wounds, and blew him up. So the Rock Grinder was able to just grind through the Dreadnought. So he's here. Then on my turn 5, I'm able to run through, grab that objective, take out the last librarian that was part of this squad, take him out, and secure the objective here. At that point, we've got a sniper there securing that table quarter, and we've got this guy here taking this table quarter, so we get 3 quarters, we get behind enemy lines, and we're holding 2 objectives, and we win by 4 points. It was 68 to 64. So we were so clutch, it came right down to the end. And it was just about positioning, always moving forward, and just securing the area. So this is, like I said, this is I don't think this is an unbeatable list. It's not overwhelming powerful like some of the other ones we've had, you know, where we have so many 2-up saves and we're just doing massive damage. Because everything can be taken out. You just got to focus on it. Nothing is indestructible in this list. What this list does is it has speed. Oh, and I'll switch to that. Yeah, so this was the final zone. So me on this one, clearing off everything. And he's just got that guy sort of left there. So we've managed to get into his base and destroy his dudes. But yeah, what this has is just massive maneuverability. And yeah, a lot of tricks and just speed. So you can, like I said, pretty much the best way, normally I'd say, you know, always bring tactical. Because anything could happen and, you know, you're relying on a lot of, there's a lot of good stuff you can do. But anyway, in this case, definitely better because I always knew I could get a place fast. And I always had numbers to be everywhere. So, yeah, definitely would recommend that how to play in this style. So, yeah, overall, really good result. It's a really fun, it's a different play style than we're used to. But overall, very effective. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people using this. And if you actually did it the correct way, you know, bringing the bikes and stuff, getting the sticky objectives and all that, you could really do a lot more damage. But, yeah, it's not so much about the damage, it's about the control and the outmaneuvering this army can do. That being said, Ridge Runners are incredibly good. Because you just bring the spotter, now they have 3-up ballistic skill, and it's D3 las cannons. The las cannons are shorter, yeah, they're 36, but who cares? You have 12-inch movement, that's not going to be a problem, and it's D3 shots. It's, yeah, it's insanely good. And yeah, like I said, the support ability with the crossfire rule as well. You can just, yeah, you can whittle off everything. You can debuff so much stuff. So, yeah, on paper, it didn't look a very scary army, but in practice, this was a force. This was incredibly good. I was really happy, a lot of fun, and I was thinking instead of the incinerators, because we got the 3 incinerators, you know, I could bring 3 more of the lasers, but the lasers, of course, when they hit on 4s, probably not good. That's why it's handy to have the incinerators, you know, for a low ballistic skill army, because they're always going to hit. Yeah, really good result. So I definitely recommend this army, recommend this build. But yeah, let me know what you thought. I'm not sure when I'll bring this again. Yeah, I haven't really seen anyone in our area play Gene Stealers. I guess it's just a big investment because it's a lot of models you have to have. Same with Tyranids, and I think most people just stick with Tyranids if they're gonna go, yeah, that alien invader force. So I think a lot of people have been sleeping on this sort of build. But anyway, that was a fun day we had, and yeah, I enjoyed making all these models up, making them look nice and rugged. And if you watch my other video of how to make this army, it can be very incredibly cheap thanks to your 3D printing ability. But that's it for this one. I don't know what armies we have left really. We'll have to try Death Guard up next probably. That codex will be out soon. I think it's already out. But anyway, once we get the Death Guard codex, We'll try running all vehicles for them. I think that's going to be really good. And aside from that, I guess we just got Dark Eldar. We haven't run them. But, yeah, that's going to be a weird army to do. I think, because Dark Eldar are very similar to this, but they're so much more squishier. So, that'll be interesting. But oh well, we'll work it out. It'll be fine. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.